Hey up, welcome to the Cannon Hall Farm podcast with us, the Nicholson brothers, farmers Rob and Dave.
We're two Yorkshire farmers who, along with our dad Roger, brother Rich and the rest of our family, have turned a farm with 2 sheds and a barn into an award-winning tourist attraction.
You've seen us on the telly, live on Facebook, and now we're here with our very own podcast.
Across this series, we've been looking at the key moments that got Cannon Hall Farm to the place we're at today.
On today's episode, the last in the series, we're going to be looking at what the future holds for Cannon Hall Farm.
Coming up.
And what about improving our fleet of JCBs and tractors? Do we need something bigger and better and grander?
Absolutely not.
A Lamborghini.
I
Let's get one.
a little plough, so I could learn how to plough again. Last episode of the series. Do you consider yourself a seasoned podcaster?
Not at all. But, you know, when you're working with Daisy Beck and Channel 5, you see what goes on behind the scenes. And it's been lovely to see Henry, Dale, Tom step forward into those roles. And I think they've bossed it. I've got to say.
I think they're very lucky to have director Dave to learn from. That was David's nickname whenever we were filming with the TV people. Director Dave was what he was known as.
Well, funnily enough, it did get on like Lee's nerves a little bit, because I'd say, look, why don't you do a shot so you can see through the side window of the side mirror of the car, and then you'll just get him, driving off and things like that, and he'll just look at me, he'll roll his eyes, and I know he's not going to do it.
So, what have you been up to this week?
Well, tidying the indoor play up, ready for reopening, is a big deal. I'm really pleased with what they've done. I think the new slides, the trampoline, how it's all been integrated, so it's all one big play frame. I think the kids are going to really love it when it reopens.
I think investing at this time of year with winter in mind is a nice thing. I think it should stand us in good stead over the winter. I've been getting the cattle and selecting the sheep for the Yorkshire show.
Yeah.
So I know it's been you've been on lighter duties, but I feel happy with what we're taking. I think we're going there with more than a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
And who knows, there could be a red rosette coming back to Cannon Hall Farm.
Just one?
Well, I'd settle for one.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, a win, you've got to take, haven't you?
For every winner, there's got to be a loser, and the losers are the true heroes, because without them, there could be no winners.
Well, everybody would know by now if we've won at the Yorkshire show.
Well, let's hope we have.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. I think the great thing is when you've bred your own animals and you're showing them, I think that is the achievement. We've got some cracking sheep, Dutch spotted sheep, they're going. I think there's 1 or 2 of them with a good chance of getting a rosette anyway.
I think also, you're going back to the show, you're going to meet up with people you haven't seen for ages, you're going to have a pint of something or other in the bar, and it's just nice to share moments with people that you don't see very often.
Well, and also we're speaking on the Friday. Yeah. We're on stage. That is totally new to us. The only speeches I've ever done, one for my daughter's wedding, and the second one when you got COVID and I had to step in at Burroughs Toyota for their staff day. It was like they'd won an award, and they had someone from Barnsley Football Club speaking and me.
Right, well, I'm sure that you were the star of the show, Dave.
Well, I had them laughing. I did get them laughing, so I must have done something half right.
With you or at you?
Both.
Yeah.
But I am slightly nervous about this. We need to have a bit of a plan, what we're doing on stage. We need to have a little bit of a think.
Christine Talbot will hold our hand throughout. She will guide us in the right direction, and it'll just be an effortlessly enjoyable thing.
Well, if that's the case, then there's nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
Right. I'll look forward to that.
Right, for the final time of the series, we're going to be talking about Cannon Hall Farm as it is now and our plans for the future.
Exciting times are coming, so let's get into it, eh?
We've talked a lot about the history of Cannon Hall Farm. Now, today we're going to talk about the present and, excitingly, the future.
Well, we've already done some work this year. We put a brand new outdoor play frame in. A big frame. It's massive, and that's getting well used at the moment. But that indoor play is vital to our business, isn't it?
Well, days like today, when the rain's falling, it's actually weatherproofed the attraction. You know, when we kicked off, we'd never have dreamt that we could be busy on a rainy day. It was feast or famine. If the rain started to fall, we knew we were going to be quiet.
When you hit November, those visitor numbers dropped, unless you got one of those lovely kind of crisp days, you know, on a weekend, and a few people had come out. But yeah, it's changed our business, you know, and that's what we've got to think about for the future. What can we do to improve things?
As a farmer and a tourist attraction operator, you've always got to be looking ahead. You know, what animal do people want to see? What activity? You know, do they want to see the sheep being sheared? Do they want to see lambing? All these things, the animals are the star of the show again, and I think that's the way it should be. We're farmers at heart, and people want to see the animals.
Well, we do time the lambing experiences for the school holidays, you know, or when we're filming. We like to have something happening, so it's exciting, it's great. You know, people make memories they keep forever.
Yeah, I think going back to when we first started it, we knew that if we got baby animals being born, people were generally entertained and happy. So now Easter's all about lambing. Summer can be about ponies being born, horses being born, that the donkeys tend to fall through the summer months. It's really important that we keep the farm fresh, we keep it interesting. The indoor players definitely added a string to our bow, and the outdoor playgrounds now, I think, are the finishing touch. I think people now can come for a full day out, whatever the age, you know, with something for grandma, something for granddad, something for all the children, and I think that's the way we need to keep it.
Well, we've dropped on that TV tourism now, haven't we? You know, we're getting people from Scotland, Cornwall, Northern Ireland, even America flying over. So it has really worked in our favour. I think, you know, this is not just a family day out anymore. You know, couples in retirement, they come, they have a lovely day, you know, a bit of food in the white ball afterwards. I think we've got to think for everybody's needs, really.
The other advantage that we've got now is social media. You can see what's happening elsewhere. Yeah. You can research online while you're scrolling away. You know, one thing I think that's certainly added a new string to the place's bow is dogs. You know, lockdown, everyone got a dog. They wanted somewhere to walk it. They want that photo in a nice place. They want that Instagram moment. And I think the dog cafe, the Lucky Pup, has definitely added something to the attraction, to the place, and made it a more complete day out.
Now, I'm just going to clarify that, though. The dog cafe is for people walking around the park, because there's some lakes at the bottom, some gardens. So that is that little niche thing. Dogs aren't actually allowed into the farm unless it's a guide dog or a support dog. So I just thought I'd put that out there. We don't want everyone turning up with the dogs to go around the farm.
No, I think the dogs for some people are like the children.
They are,
you know, and I think if they can take them somewhere nice where the dog's welcome, and where they can have something to eat and they can bite an ice cream, and it literally is a family day out. Some people's dog is part of the family, and it feels nice that we can be a place where they can bring that treasured companion, that four-legged friend, and make memories just like we do inside the farm with the children. Yeah.
Now, moving forward, we're looking at building a new farm entrance and perhaps a new gift shop as well. That's something that would really improve our site. How do you feel about that?
Well, it doesn't excite me like a new Shire horse would, or better facilities for the animals, or, you know, they're just something that we need to have that works efficiently. You know, we need to get people into the farm in the most efficient way possible.
Exactly.
But what really excites me are some better facilities for the horses. You know, what breed of sheep are we going to concentrate on? You know, are we going to get some spotted Shetland ponies? All these things are where I'm particularly keen to look at. The other thing that excites me is our family getting bigger. The business is getting bigger. My son Tom's come back from London, he's joined the business. Katie works in the business. Nellie helped me yesterday cleaning the indoor play. We shifted all the chairs. She's a real grafter. I think good. She's one to keep your eye on. She's definitely a worker.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice, you know, if Poppy comes back into the business. I know she likes helping on social media and things like that. And Arthur, is he going to join the family business. Who knows? He might want to be a footballer. He might want to be a mechanic. I don't know what he wants.
Well, you can't decide for him, can you?
No.
All you can do is say it's here if you're interested.
Yeah.
And if they are, then that's grand. And I think the other thing is, it's quite nice for them to have a life first.
Yeah.
You know, to learn some skills, to experience things, and then hopefully, you know, if it floats the boat, this farm and this business, in all its facets, are there to be run by someone, aren't they?
I suppose a bit like me and my harvest job. You know, you got a bit of experience, then you come back into the fold, and then you improve what you've got.
There was only one experience you got doing your harvest job.
What was that?
Beer, pizzas,
And tractors?
and tractors, yeah, and maybe a girl or two.
No girls.
No?
Oh, perhaps there might have been one or two.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll not talk about that.
Right.
So, but I was busy working. But, you know, I think experience is the key though, isn't it? Go out there, live a bit of life, and then use that experience to help the business.
Yeah, looking back now, we've ventured into the world of conservation a little bit, haven't we? We've got red squirrels that are breeding on the farm. We've got water voles that are breeding on the farm. We've got some rare breeds. We've got some important breeds. You know, the Shire horses, we've had 3 foals this year.
Filly foals.
We've got plans afoot to possibly have 6 foals a year. If we can just get some bigger and more improved facilities,
Yeah.
then we can stand our corner with anyone in the country. You know, I think we can really do some good. We can make a difference for that breed.
I suppose as well, you know, there's lots of things we can do. We've got cameras all around the farm. We could beam all over the world with them, couldn't we? You know, there is that to think about. There's producing other podcasts. There's, well, I suppose the sky's the limit.
I think with technology, it's such a wonderful thing that, you know, it's not inconceivable. Someone could be sat in the United States, moving from camera to camera on our farm, having a look at John Bomponi, having a look at the anniversary herd of cattle, at the Shire horses. You know, is that one due to fall yet? We could have all those things available, possibly, in the future for people to enjoy and to explore.
Exciting, yeah. I mean, what I'd quite like to do is a bit of a raised walkway, Rob. You know, so you can look down on the animals outside, and I think that would give a really nice perspective, you know, for the customer.
I think the fact that you can look around the farm and not put the animals off what they're doing, you know, that we're not forcing interaction with them, and we're just observing from a distance. That feels right. I think what we're doing in the nocturnal house, you know, with the conservation side of things, in there, you know, we've got some things in there that would stand the corner with the best facilities in the country, and same in the reptiles. You know, we've gone from, dare I say, a farm with 2 sheds and a barn, to somewhere that's got, you know, a reptile house, a nocturnal mammal house. We're a Shire horse approved breeding centre. We've bred red squirrels this year, and there are things that we could carry on doing. You know, I think the dog cafe is probably my favourite building on site. I think it's an Instagrammable place to take a picture. I think so. But yeah, I think it's just a case of keep looking, keep thinking, keep reinventing ourselves, because if we stand still for 1 minute, we'll start going backwards. Yeah,
and that's why I quite like going around other farm attractions. You know, see what everyone's doing. Perhaps see an idea, improve on that idea.
Stalk them on Facebook, it's a lot easier.
Is it really? Right. What you do, that's fine, Rob.
Just look at them. The people are posting what they're doing all the time.
Yeah.
You can just have a look, and if you see something that you think could work here, tweak it a bit, adapt it a bit, or just simply copy it.
Yeah.
If it's a good idea, then let's have it. We're bringing it home to Cannon Hall Farm, so just watch out, we're watching.
Yeah, everybody's watching.
Yeah. There's nothing I like better on a weekend than going with Nellie onto the playground and just spending time watching people, you know, watching them enjoy the facilities. It brings me no end of pride to install a change in places facility for people with mobility issues that need a little bit more help. We're going to have those facilities on site now.
Yeah, I think improving wheelchair and pram access, it's got to be a must. if you can improve their experience of the farm, that'd make me very proud, actually. I think that's a good thing to do.
That last playground that we had built, right, it's designed specifically for families who've got children of different abilities.
Yeah.
You know, children and young adults who just need a little bit more support, a little bit more help. We'll be able to play in the same space as children who are more adventurous and more able. So it brings people together. We all play together as a strap line, and we've now got facilities in the same area to meet everyone's needs, and I think that makes me proud.
Yeah, I think moving forward, we ought to be thinking along those lines, and I think whatever we do, you know, we have to make sure the visitor experience comes first. I mean, we're always looking for that new animal. I mean, have you got any other animals that you'd like to introduce to the farm?
I'm happy generally I like the Shire horses very much.
Yeah.
I think we can do something special with them. To be a recognised national breeding centre for Shire horses is a wonderful thing. The Dutch spotted sheep we share a passion for. You know, I think, and Dad loves them. He really, really rates them as a breed. You know, the Swiss Valleys, you know, the most gorgeous looking sheep, and I think if we could breed the perfect one of those, that again would be a highlight. And Dad's favourite, the short-horn cattle.
Yeah, they are nice. Yeah, and what about improving our fleet of JCBs and tractors? Do we need something bigger and better and grander?
Absolutely not.
A Lamborghini.
I wouldn't
get
mind
one.
a little plough, so I could learn how to plough again. I'd like to do right next year, and don't just say no. I'd like to grow a field of potatoes.
No.
A field of potatoes. We could make our own crisps, our own chips.
I like that idea.
You see, I'd grow them and you'd eat them.
No, you'd grow them, I'd pick them, and you'd eat them. Yeah. That's more like it.
No, but I think growing some spuds, because Dad talks about the first time he came to Cannon Farm, they grew a crop of spuds in the White Mare field.
Yeah.
He said, and they were absolutely perfect. Well, I reckon up at Mill Farm, there's a field there that will grow a right crop of potatoes. We could use that old potato digger to harvest them. We could pick them into buckets, we could put them into bags, we could cart them home.
And why don't we dress in old-fashioned clothes as well and just step back in time?
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think we should do it to celebrate our history and to look forward with confidence to the future.
Perhaps so, Rob, but I think a nice new JCB might just be a good thing too.
Well, if we get a new JCB sometime in the next 5 to 15 years, right, as long as we can grow a field of potatoes.
That's a deal. I like the idea of growing stuff. You know, perhaps a polytunnel with you know, tomatoes and herbs and things like that could be a nice thing as well. We don't have to be a polytunnel, it could be a greenhouse.
I'd like to grow some turnips as well. We grew turnips in the past and we grew them well.
Is this for animals or people?
Both. I love turnip.
Well, no, but you have to pick the right variety of seed.
It has a nasty side effect on you, doesn't it?
Well, it does, and especially my dad.
Yeah, you and Dad.
Well, it's same way bred, Rob.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just don't be in the same room as us, put it that way.
Yeah.
Now, you're making me sound like I'm really windy. It's actually him that's the windy one, because every time we're travelling somewhere in the car, he locks the windows and doors and he lets one go.
No.
That's true. It's true. That's what he does. Anyway, that's brothers for you. So let's go back to animals, right? Dutch spotted sheep, right?
You can't just go back to animals after that.
Why, they're fat as well.
We need a new ram.
And it needs to be a different bloodline as well, because we kind of mix it up.
That we can find. I would love to go to Holland and have a look what's there.
Yeah.
And see if we can find a good one in Holland.
Well, not just that. You know, like Highland cattle, Germany, right? They've got some cracking, you know, bulls out there. You know, America, they've got some great livestock. You know, we've been to Texas, Rob. We've seen the Angus out there. You know, there's some good, you know, ones of the breed.
Wherever the best is, it'd be exciting to try and find it. But we've some good sheep in England, some good Dutch spotted sheep in England. But I'd be interested to see what's out there in the home of the breed.
I actually think that'd be a good trip. Perhaps you should plan that next summer. You know, a little trip over there, take the trailer and see what we can bring back.
A trip to Holland is a possibility. Your new nickname is Judith Chalmers.
Yeah, I
Right?
quite like it.
Because of your enjoyment of a holiday or 5.
Yeah, true enough.
Do you have any plans to retire anytime soon?
Well, I'd like to say that I like to play hard, right? And I like to work hard. So, no. I like my work. I like living here. This is home, right? But I also like to travel. So, I think you can have the best of both worlds. You can, put the time in when you need it and then have a little downtime, and put your feet up.
I think that the difficulty at the moment is obviously mum and dad aren't getting any younger.
Yeah.
So there's a responsibility there to be there for them, which they need, our support at the moment, and we're incredibly lucky to have them, to be able to be there with our parents still at our age, and to have our grandchildren enter our lives feels like a pretty lucky thing for us to be able to experience,
Yeah, and they're great grandchildren as well. Arthur's keeps coming in. My mum loves to see him. She loves Nellie popping in. She loves her grandkids, doesn't she? So it's lovely to have them here, and hopefully they'll keep coming and be a part of the whole establishment.
Yeah.
I think that's what we aim for. This is our home, and hopefully it's going to be theirs as well.
Well, we're a family business, aren't we? We're a family attraction, and to have as big a family around us as possible feels the right thing, and we're lucky to be able to do that and to enjoy both ends of the spectrum from an age point of view at the moment.
I think, we're still young enough to have a few trips in us. We don't know where the TV journey is going to take us. We never know quite what's happening there. So if we can, produce things like this podcast and hopefully people enjoy it, then I think it's nice to do.
So we've talked about the future, but the future of television, of media, of entertainment, it's all up in the air. There's no reason why people all around the world won't be able to access our farm from a video point of view whenever they want to. What will the future of entertainment look like? We've got to keep our eyes on the prize, make sure that we keep abreast of changes, of innovations, and make sure that we're part of it. TV won't look like it's done for the last 30 years in 30 years' time.
No, we've got quite a small media team here. That might grow in the future. We might be doing other things. Who knows, Rob? The future is, unknown, but hopefully it's going to be good.
Who knows what the future of TV is going to look like? Who knows what the future of the entertainment industry is going to be? But if we can keep our animals at the front of it and the centre of it, then hopefully we can keep people entertained for years to come.
Well, there you have it. Let's see what happens.
Thanks for listening to the first series of the Cannon Hall Farm podcast.
We'll be back soon for series 2, and we may have some special guests that might be joining us.
At Cannon Hall Farm, we're proud to be a national Shire horse centre. If you want to support our breeding programme, visit our website. You can adopt them and you'll hear all there is to know about our journey with Shire horses in the future.
For more information on that and our other farm adoptions, just go to cannonhallfarm.co.uk.
You can listen to all the episodes of the Cannon Hall Farm podcast by going to your podcast provider and following us on there.
And while you're there, why don't you leave Rob a 5-star review? And me perhaps 4, 3, who knows.
Thank you for listening. I've been Farmer Rob.
I've been Farmer Dave.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.